You just spent $50,000 on your dream car. Fast forward, 3 years it's worth $15,000. Your heart sinks as the dealer delivers the devastating news. This financial nightmare is destroying thousands of car buyers across America right now. One day you're cruising in luxury, feeling on top of the world. The next day, you're staring at an appraisal that makes you question every life decision. Here's the brutal truth the car industry doesn't want you to know. Some vehicles are financial death traps disguised as luxury. We've uncovered 20 cars that will obliterate your wealth faster than you can say monthly payment. One particular model hemorrhaged a staggering $70,000 in just 12 months, but that's nothing compared to our number one pick, which single-handedly destroyed an entire company's reputation and left thousands of owners financially devastated. Don't become another victim. Stay with us as we expose these automotive money pits and reveal the shocking depreciation numbers that will make your wallet weep. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which cars to avoid and how to protect yourself from making a $50,000 mistake. Hit that subscribe button now, because this information could save you from financial ruin. Number 20. Alfa Romeo Giulia. Coming in at number 20 is the Alfa Romeo Giulia. A beautiful car, but brutal on resale unless you enjoy your check engine light as a nightlight. This Italian sports sedan starts around $52,000, but after just 3 years, it loses $33,335. That's 36.29% gone. You're basically paying Lexus ES 350 ultra-luxury money for a car with Fiat-level reliability. By year 5, it's worth $17,418 less than a used Corolla and not worth taking out of your driveway. It drives like a dream for the first 10,000 miles. Then come the electrical gremlins, infotainment bugs, and the infamous Alfa shuffle to your mechanic shop. Oh, and let's not forget about Alfa Romeo's supply chain problems. Even Kia has better parts replacement. Think that's rough? Wait till you see a luxury car from France that no one asked for. Number 19. DS9. Sliding into number 19 is the DS9. Most people haven't heard of the DS9, and that's because it's not sold here in the US. It's a European and Chinese market sedan from DS Automobiles, a premium offshoot of Citroen. It's positioned as a competitor to the Audi A6 and BMW 5 Series, but it doesn't hold its value nearly as well. A brand new DS9 costs around $65,000. After just 3 years, resale values drop below $30,000, a depreciation of over 55%. The car struggles with brand recognition, limited appeal, and uninspiring performance. While it offers a refined ride and a well-designed interior, buyers looking for long-term value should run away. And since no one really wanted one to begin with, resale demand is dead. If you thought that was a financial misstep, next up is an American luxury hybrid that never should have existed. Number 18. Cadillac ELR. At number 18, we've got the Cadillac ELR. The Cadillac ELR tried to be a luxury plug-in coupe, but ended up as an overpriced imitation that left buyers in the red. Priced around $75,000 when it rolled out back in 2014, it loses nearly 80% of its value in 10 years, dropping to about $15,000. That's a staggering depreciation rate few cars can match. The ELR shares its platform with the Chevy Volt, but carries a much higher price tag, which doesn't add up. Its tech, especially the CUE infotainment system, is unreliable and costly to repair. Low demand means these cars often sit unsold, further pushing their resale prices down. The ELR is a textbook example of a luxury car that didn't justify its price, turning quickly from a high-end dream into a used car nightmare. Speaking of nightmares, the money you'll lose on the next car is enough to buy 2 brand new Toyota RAV4S. Number 17. Maserati Levante. Holding spot 17 is the Maserati Levante, a car that turns heads, but it's a financial sinkhole. It starts at a whopping $103,495 and goes up to $189,495, depending on the trim and options. However, in just 3 years, it loses roughly 60% of its value, dropping to about $36,669 to $40,888. According to J.D. Power, the Levante's depreciation is brutal because buyers are scared off by high maintenance costs and questionable reliability. Repairs can run into the thousands. And Maserati's service network isn't as extensive as that of German rivals, making parts harder to obtain. Additionally, fuel economy is poor and insurance costs are high. The Levante is more of a status symbol than a practical SUV. If you buy one, expect to take a big financial hit when you sell it. And if luxury SUVs losing value interests your terrifies, you check out our deep dive on the SUVs that crashed hardest from 2024 to 2025. It's linked up here on the screen. Let's continue. Number 16, Audi e-tron GT. And at number 16 is the Audi e-tron GT. Audi's e-tron GT looks like tomorrow, but its value is dropping like yesterday's news. This stunning luxury EV starting around $90,000 takes a brutal hit. According to Kelley Blue Book, a 2022 Audi e-tron GT has depreciated $49,579 or 52% in the last 3 years and has a current resale value of $45,440 and trade-in value of $39,455. That's steep depreciation for a luxury electric vehicle. While it offers impressive performance and a sleek design, the e-tron GT faces challenges in the resale market. Limited brand recognition in the EV segment and high ownership costs contribute to its rapid depreciation. If you're considering the e-tron GT, be prepared for significant value loss over time. It's a beautiful car, but it's a terrible investment. But don't think only high-end EVs lose money. For those looking for a budget electric option, you're not spared either. Number 15. Nissan Leaf. Number 15 goes to the Nissan Leaf. Thinking of buying a cheap EV? Let the Nissan Leaf not be in your options because it is a certified money loser. According to IC Cars, it loses 54.9% of its value in just 3 years. That's about $15,443, dropping resale value to roughly $12,697. Kelley Blue Book shows a similar drop, 54% or $15,391 over 3 years, leaving a resale of $13,114. That's brutal for a compact hatchback. The market is flooded with older models, especially since battery tech improves fast, and newer Leafs have better range and charging standards. Sure, maintenance is cheap, but you'd spend little on service only to lose tens of thousands in value. If you're looking at 3-year ownership, you're handing big money to depreciation. From one EV depreciation disaster to another, but this time it's a 6-figure BMW. Number 14, BMW iX. At number 14 is the BMW iX. BMW calls it the future of electric luxury. The resale market calls it a liability. The iX launched in 2022 with a starting price of over $85,000. Just 2 years later, it reports an average drop of nearly 47%. And that's for low-mileage units. Why? Oversupply, high lease returns, and a bloated spec sheet with tech most owners don't use. It doesn't help that the styling is polarizing, and early models had reliability concerns with the air suspension and infotainment glitches. Plus, while the EV range is decent at around 300 miles, the competition from Tesla Model 3 and Model Y is fierce, and those hold value better. If you want a BMW EV that won't drain your wallet, look at a certified used i4 instead. But for now, let's head to Italy where the badge is iconic, but the resale is tragic. Number 13. Fiat 500X and 500L. Claiming number 13 is the Fiat 500X and 500L. The search results for Fiat 500X, 500L reliability confirm the widespread issues. Consumer Reports consistently ranks Fiat very low in reliability, with specific mentions of infotainment, electronics, and transmission problems. J.D. Power also places Fiat and Stellantis brands generally below average in dependability studies. Depreciation data shows that it drops about 30% of its original price in the first 3 years, leaving a resale value around $20,648. Then there's the 500L. It wasn't much better. CarGurus says it loses $8,896 over 5 years. And owners were warned of transmission recalls and electrical faults. So you end up with a car that's short on value, expensive to fix, and likely to disappoint. Compact with premium pricing, rarely a smart combo. But before we get practical, let's look at Audi again, because one of their EVs is crashing harder than expected. Number 12. Audi Q5E. Rolling in at number 12 is the Audi Q5E. This was Audi's plug-in hybrid attempt at playing it safe. But safe doesn't mean smart. It debuted with a price tag around $55,000. Yet, after just 3 years, it sheds over 43% of its value. That's worse than many full EVs. Why? It tries to be everything: a gas SUV, an EV, and a luxury cruiser, but ends up being none. You get a tiny electric-only range, just 23 miles, mediocre efficiency once the battery's drained, and rising maintenance costs as it ages. Meanwhile, buyers are skipping plug-in hybrids and going all in on EVs or sticking with gas. That leaves the Q5E in resale limbo, unwanted on both sides. But if you think that's bad, wait until you see what happened to GM's most affordable EV. Number 11. Chevrolet Bolt EUV. Number 11 is the Chevrolet Bolt EUV car that promised affordable electrification but delivered bargain bin resale. Originally priced around $28,000 to $32,000, the Bolt EUV has become a depreciation disaster. It loses nearly 60% of its value in 5 years, with used models flooding the market for under $13,000. This was due to battery recalls, range anxiety, and GM's decision to kill the model in 2023 sealed its fate. Even with its refreshed styling and added space over the standard Bolt, buyers lost confidence fast. GM's shift to the Ultium platform also made the Bolt EUV feel like old news just 2 years in. And here's the kicker: insurers don't like it either. High battery replacement costs mean higher premiums and low desirability. But if you think value loss is bad here, wait until you see what Mercedes managed to do to their flagship electric sedan. Breaking into the top 10. Number 10. Mercedes-Benz EQS. Cracking the top 10, we have the Mercedes-Benz EQS sedan. The EQS is Mercedes' flagship electric limo with flagship depreciation. IC Cars found it loses 47.8% of its value in the first year, about $65,143, dropping from approximately $136,000 to just over $71,000 used. Many owners report half its value wiped out before year 1 is up. Over 5 years, Kelley Blue Book estimates total depreciation at about $61,572, with only $43,978 in residual value and total cost to own rising to $121,230. This steep drop stems from 2 things: flooded lease returns and EV tech aging fast. Buyers can't stomach a car dropping 50% overnight. And support costs like software fixes and parts are sky high. Next is an SUV, so notorious for breakdowns and depreciation, it's practically a punchline. Number 9. Land Rover Discovery. At number 9, it's the Land Rover Discovery. This one's a heartbreaker. The Range Rover Sport looks like money, but drives like a maintenance bill. In 3 years, it depreciates around 41.5%, shedding nearly $25,000 and landing at about $35,200 resale. Kelley Blue Book confirms a 46% loss for a 2022 model, down roughly $25,900 in just 3 years. Owners complain about outrageous maintenance costs. One Redditor pointed out dealerships charge approximately $300 for an oil change, so they bought tools and learned to do it themselves. Another warned about fragile electronics and pricey parts. You get a rugged SUV with a luxury badge, but every sensor, every service interval is a potential cash drain. This thing depreciates fast and demands money faster. Now, from overpriced and over-engineered to something that's just overhyped. Number 8. Chevrolet Trailblazer. Number 8 is the Chevrolet Trailblazer. The Chevrolet Trailblazer starts around $28,780 new and drops about 20% in its first year to $23,040. Then 32% in 3 years with a resale of $15,513. Ouch. Over 5 years, it loses 55%, leaving a value of around $12,951. Owners report cheap parts in dealer lots, but service costs often rise. Transmission repairs or axles can run into tens of thousands. Some mechanics, even those at dealerships, are hard to find in less populated areas. While it's a roomy subcompact with solid fuel economy, the Trailblazer's forgotten once new, and it loses money fast. Good luck recouping cash when selling. From GM's forgettable SUV to a sleek Swedish EV that turns heads but turns your investment into smoke just as fast. Number 7. Polestar II. At 7, we've got the Polestar II. The Polestar II loses roughly 48 to 52% of its value in 3 years, dropping from around $50,000 to $60,000 to just $25,000 to $30,000. That means you hand over about $25,000 cash to depreciation alone. It briefly trades well used, but nationwide demand is weak. Tech and reliability complaints add fuel to the fire. Some report buggy backup cameras, slow infotainment, and early recalls. Unless you lease it, the Polestar II is a ticking time bomb on value and upkeep, a bold Swedish EV that looks solid but ravages your wallet. Next, a luxury EV once called the Porsche Fighter that drops value even harder. Number 6. Lucid Air. Coming in strong at number 6 is the Lucid Air. It promised to rival Tesla with sleek design and up to 1,200 horsepower. But what it delivered was one of the worst resale values in the EV game. Starting at over $87,000, the Lucid Air plummets by nearly 50% within the first year. Used models are sitting on dealer lots for months, forcing steep price cuts just to move inventory. Reliability concerns, shaky build quality, and a lack of service centers across the U.S. scare off most buyers, and the brand's uncertain future doesn't help. Lucid may be aiming for the luxury EV crown, but until they fix resale and service, they're just selling six-figure gambles. Now, let's talk about a Tesla that's big on flash, but even bigger on depreciation. The worst 5. Number 5. Tesla Model X. We're now in the worst 5, starting with number 5, the Tesla Model X. Cool doors, cold resale value. The Tesla Model X launched with hype and a six-figure price tag. A 2022 Model X long range costs $114,990 new. Just 2 years later, listings show examples going for under $70,000, a brutal 40% drop. This is caused by Tesla's constant price cuts and over-the-air tweaks that tank resale. Buy one new, and it's outdated the moment Elon tweets. Add in the aging interior, phantom braking issues, and limited service centers, and you've got a tough sell in the used market. Even loyal Tesla fans hesitate when they see a $2,000 Falcon wing door repair on the service estimate. And if you think that's rough, wait until you meet its older sibling. Same resale pain, just with fewer gimmicks and more history. Number 4. Tesla Model S. Number 4 is the Tesla Model S. It came first, but now it's coming in last on resale. The Model S was Tesla's flagship before the flashy Model X and the cheaper Model 3 and Y took over. Back in 2017, it was the EV to beat sleek, fast, and futuristic. However, when Tesla redirected its production resources to focus on volume with the 3 and Y, the Model S began to gather dust on the factory floor and on dealer lots. A 2018 Model S that sold for $95,000 is now barely worth $35,000, a 63% drop. And it's not just age. The design hasn't changed much. The software updates feel patchy. And when a newer Model 3 outpaces you in tech and resale value, that's a red flag. But if you think the Model S took a hit, just wait till you see what happens to a six-figure BMW once the warranty clock hits 0. Number 3. BMW 7 Series. At number 3, it's the BMW 7 Series. BMWs are thrilling when they're new and terrifying when the warranty ends. The 7 Series is BMW's ultimate luxury sedan with some trims pushing $100,000 plus brand new. But here's the catch once that 50,000-mile warranty expires, so does your financial peace. Air suspension issues, engine electronics, and failing infotainment units aren't rare. They're expected, and buyers know it. That's why resale tanks. A 2017 750i that originally sold for over $130,000 now sells for around $38,000, a 63% drop. Same story as the BMW iX we covered earlier. Complicated tech, high maintenance costs, and a resale curve that drops like a rock. It's a car for someone leasing short term, not for anyone who plans to keep it. But if you think German luxury is bad, wait till you see what happens when a Japanese car goes electric. Number 2. Toyota Mirai. Runner-up at number 2 is the Toyota Mirai. The Toyota badge usually means strong resale, but not here. The Mirai is Toyota's hydrogen-powered sedan, and while it's innovative, its resale value is brutal. A brand new 2022 Mirai starts around $50,000, but you can now find lightly used models for under $18,000, a staggering 64% drop in just 2 years, and it doesn't stop there. According to CarEdge, the Mirai loses around 79% of its value over 5 years, making it one of the worst depreciating vehicles on the market. The reason? Hydrogen refueling stations are rare, with the majority being located in California. That means most buyers can't even use this car. Add to that limited driving range, long refueling times, and a resale market thinner than the hydrogen itself. Toyota tried to push it with free fuel incentives, but the moment those expire, you're stuck with a car nobody wants and nowhere to fill it up. Think that's bad? Our number 1 spot goes to an electric car with even more hype and an even worse resale story. Number 1, Jaguar I-Pace. And finally, taking the top spot at number 1, the worst of the worst, is the Jaguar I-Pace. Launched as Jaguar's first EV, the I-Pace came with a $70,000 plus sticker and a garage full of awards. But today, it holds the title for the worst depreciation of any EV in America. According to Car Gurus, it loses a staggering 73% of its value in just 5 years, dropping to under $19,000. And according to IC Cars, its resale value after just 3 years is among the lowest in its class, plummeting faster than nearly every other luxury EV on the market. It looks good on paper, but the reality is less ideal. Unreliable electronics, outdated infotainment, mediocre range, and Jaguar's notorious service delays make this a hard pass. Even dealers struggle to move them, often cutting prices by $20,000 just to clear inventory. Then came the final blow. Jaguar officially discontinued the I-Pace in 2024. That means no new model updates, no long-term support, and plummeting confidence from used buyers. Buy it only if you're okay lighting your money on fire. Otherwise, run fast.